Section 3. Narauta Lodge Fire Safety. Narauta Lodge is dedicated to developing, implementing, and maintaining a fire safety plan. This plan will be reviewed on a yearly basis and updated when any changes occur to the facility, occupancy, Narauta Lodge policies and procedures, or the Alberta Fire Code. The safety of our employees, guests, visitors, and contractors is our priority, and we need to meet or exceed industry standards concerning this fire safety plan. Fire safety equipment. Some of the Narauta Lodge fire safety equipment includes fire alarms, fire extinguishers, fire hoses, smoke detectors, and fire suppression systems. Our equipment is inspected by certified external inspectors on a semi-annual or annual basis and by the Narauta Lodge Maintenance Department. All inspections are recorded and kept on file. Fire extinguisher locations. There are fire extinguishers throughout the lodge, at every outside exit door, in the maintenance room, laundry room, and throughout the hallways. Evacuation maps posted in the lodges show the location of fire extinguishers, alarm panels, pull stations, and fire hoses. Classes of fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers are divided into 4 classes. The fire classes are based on different types of fires. Class A: paper, wood, cardboard, and most plastics. Class B fires involve flammable or combustible liquids, such as gasoline, kerosene, and solvents. Class C is to be used for electrical equipment such as appliances, wiring, circuit breakers, and outlets. Class D, used in chemical laboratories. Class K, used in all of our kitchens. All Narauta Lodge fire extinguishers are type A, B, C, and K. The pass technique. The pass technique is a simple way to remember how to use a fire extinguisher. P. Pull the pin. A. Aim the nozzle at the base of the fire. S. Squeeze the trigger. S. Sweep across the base of the fire in sideways motion. One more time. P. Pull the pin. A. Aim the nozzle at the base of the fire. S. Squeeze the trigger. S. Sweep across the base of the fire in a sideways motion. Fire hoses. Fire hoses are located in all of the main hallways at Narauta Lodge. Fire hoses are only to be used by trained personnel or fire safety professionals. Wildfire equipment. Wildfire equipment is used in the event of wildfires and is only to be used by specially trained professionals or members of the forestry department. Now that we understand Narauta fire safety equipment, let's talk about the Narauta Lodge Fire Safety Program. Emergency Response Committee. An emergency response committee consists of representatives from each department. These committee members are knowledgeable in emergency evacuation procedures and fire safety equipment usage. Committee meetings will be held monthly. Meetings will also be held when changes to the committee, procedures, and equipment occur. In the event of a fire. In the event of a fire, the alarm will be sounded and all employees, guests, visitors, and contractors are to proceed to the nearest exit and assemble at the muster point. The fire department will be notified by the Emergency Response Committee by calling 911. Then the committee will organize and instruct everyone on the property prior to and during the arrival of the emergency response professionals. Employees are required to follow the instructions given by the committee and the emergency response professionals. Failure to do so can result in dismissal. Evacuation. Facility maps with the nearest evacuation route and emergency muster point are posted throughout the lodge, and individual section maps are posted in each room. By observing these maps, Employees, guests, visitors, and contractors should locate and be familiar with the evacuation route for the room or area that they are in. Fire drills. Fire drills are designed to practice and test our responses and procedures so that we know what to do in the event of a real emergency. Full alarm drills are required annually, and everyone staying, working, or visiting our lodges will participate. Silent drills are done at the department level, and only the department involved will participate. All drills are documented and evaluated. This ensures that everyone has proper knowledge to evacuate in a timely manner. Muster point. A muster point or muster area is where people will meet in the event of an emergency such as a fire or explosion. Evacuation procedures are as follows. An alarm sounds or a verbal warning is given to evacuate. Stop work immediately. Turn off equipment and leave the building by the nearest exit to your location. Go directly to the muster point at your location, posted on all evacuation maps throughout the lodges, and remain there until the all clear is given by rescue professionals or the Noralto Lodge Emergency Response Committee. A head count is done by the ERC prior to the all clear to ensure everyone has made it out of the building safely. Emergency response procedures, also known as ERPs, are designed as steps to take in the event of a specific emergency. Robbery, electrical outage, fire, and explosions are some of the ERPs we have in place. Alarm sounds. All fire alarms are important and can indicate a fire or other emergency in the lodge. Never assume the alarm is false, no matter what others may tell you. Only the Emergency Response Committee and your supervisors or managers can confirm. Always follow evacuation procedures when an alarm sounds. It's better to find out if it's false at the muster point than to find out it's a real fire while trapped in a building. Exits. There are numerous exits in any of the Noralto Lodge buildings. All exits must be kept clear of items and debris so that in the event of an evacuation, there's nothing blocking the exit or causing a tripping hazard. All exit doors must be kept closed, but never locked from the inside, for easy evacuation, and all doors must be open and closed smoothly and completely. Injured. We have several first aid kits on site, and several people are trained in standard first aid. You will find a list of first aiders posted near every first aid kit. If you are injured or have witnessed an injury, report it to your supervisor immediately. He or she will ensure the proper steps are taken, the documents completed, and the appropriate people are notified. If the injury is severe, 911 will be contacted immediately, and first aid given, if appropriate for the injury, until medical personnel arrive. Paperwork. Everything related to our health and safety program is documented. We have many forms that allow us to review the process, control the hazards, record the meetings, and report the incident or injury. These forms are very important and must be used correctly to be effective. At the Health and Safety Department, we have a motto: if it isn't documented, it didn't happen. Safety issues. Fire safety depends on everyone's participation. Always be observant to any potential fire or safety hazards and report them to management immediately. Cleanliness. All safety equipment must always be kept clean. Eye wash stations, first aid kits, fire extinguishers. These are all items we work around or near every day. Clean safety equipment is a must to ensure the health and safety of all workers during an emergency. All our safety equipment is to be inspected internally once a month, as per our documented lodge inspections, as our preventative maintenance program. Fire safety during construction process. In the event of an emergency or fire during the construction process, all persons are to follow the procedures for fire safety. These include leave the building or area by the nearest exit and proceed immediately to the muster points to await further instructions. Section 4 includes first aid. This section will cover the following: 1. First aid, 2. Incident or accident investigations, and 3. The responsibilities of supervisors, management, and employees. All Noralto Lodge locations have a main first aid kit located in the kitchen and the list of first aiders will be near the kit. A supplementary kit can be found at the front desk, main laundry room, and maintenance room, depending on location. All kits are to be kept full at all times, and like all safety equipment, always be maintained and kept clean. Eye wash stations and faucets are located throughout the lodges. At Noralta Lodge, all incidents must be reported, as it is to the occupational health and safety requirement. First aid policy. It is the policy of Noralta Lodge to meet or exceed the first aid requirements in the Alberta OH&S regulations. In doing so, Noralta Lodge requires that all management take responsibility in the areas listed as follows. The Health and Safety Department will ensure that required employees will have standard first aid certification or that they are in the process of obtaining it. When first aid training is required for your position, Noralta will cover the costs. Incident or accident investigations. It is the responsibility of the supervisor and/or lodge manager to conduct an incident or accident investigation following all reported happenings to employees under their direct supervision and to document the investigation on the appropriate forms. In the absence of the direct supervisor or manager, the person in charge will commence an investigation and ensure it's completed by the direct supervisor as soon as practical. The responsibilities of supervisors, management, and employees. Supervisors and lodge management will ensure that all employees are aware of this policy and that they have first aid certification where required. The certification will be posted in all lodges by the first aid kit, and qualified staff will be listed by name, type of certification, and date of expiry. It is mandatory that all employees are aware of who, in their respective locations and departments, has first aid certification and where the list of first aiders is located. Section 5. Hazards and Controls. Administrative controls include policies and procedures. Any employees who are involved in the hazard identification process shall receive training in this activity. Training is essential and will be done by the supervisor during the new employee orientation. Once the hazard assessment has been completed, all affected workers must be informed of the hazards and the methods in place to either eliminate or reduce the risk of the hazard. Noralta Lodge utilizes a three-part system to achieve our health and safety goals. 1. Engineering controls based on job hazard assessments. Administrative controls include policies and procedures. 3. Personal protective equipment, or PPE. Engineering controls. Engineering controls are equipment or items put in place to control hazards. Examples are as follows: lighting, ventilation, railings, slip-resistant flooring, sharps containers, guards on equipment, and automatic shutoff switches. Administrative controls are written documents designed to control hazards. Examples are as follows: wet floor signs, policies, procedures, rules, directional signs, caution and/or danger signs, hazard identification forms, and safe work practices, or SWP. PPE are items worn to control hazards. As with the treatment of all hazardous materials and with everything we do at Noralta, it's essential that appropriate personal protective equipment, also known as PPE, be used at all times. As we all know, PPE is our last line of defense against potential accidents. We hope that you've enjoyed your Noralta Lodge Health and Safety Orientation.